Hi, my name is Eric Ryden, certified sommelier and owner of Le Grand Triage on the Upper East Side. Today we're going to talk about what exactly drink now means, right? You hear it all the time. You'll read some ridiculous descriptor that's like, notes of crushed raspberries by a miniature horse, drink now, right? What does that mean, right? Or you'll read something that's like, notes of wonderful schnozberries, but wait until you're on your effing deathbed to enjoy. Ugh, right? It's ridiculous, ridiculous things. And I think sometimes when we see drink now or read that, people interpret it as like a game of hot potato. Like, if I don't drink this wine in 20 minutes, it will explode, right? Drink now does not mean drink like this immediate second. It actually gives you a time frame of like 2 to 5 years for most red wines, and for white wines, usually like a year to 2 years. But anyway, we brought along beautiful wine from the southern part of France, an area called La Liviniere, and we're going to kind of explore this drink now, hold, drink later space with this as our test pilot. All right, so wasn't so bad, was it? Wunderbar. Mm-hmm. So today we're going to be talking about a wine from 2014. It's a blend of Grenache, Syrah, and Carignan. Pretty classic blend from the southern part of France in La Liviniere. And what's really neat about this wine, so from 2014, I tasted it back in 2015. Quite a nice wine back then, but maybe not necessarily anything to write home about. You could tell it was a well-built wine, nice structure, maybe a little bit more tannic than we wanted it to be. So tannin, that thing that kind of like sucks the moisture out of your mouth. And anyway, fast forward to 2020 now. And so this wine is 6 years old, and it's really, really evolved in the glass. And I think what's really cool about that is this idea that aging wine is kind of only a rich man's game, or only kind of wine connoisseur's game, I think is a total misnomer. You can actually have aged wines that are kind of meeting this beautiful complexity after only 6 years, not necessarily 10, 20, 30, 50 plus years. And so I think this is a really, really cool exercise in patience that isn't the long-term game, but something you can actually achieve in the short term. So normally when wines age, you can expect these like almost like balsamic notes, a little bit more vinous qualities. You get a little bit more complexity, and as you have wines that are really meant to age, that complexity only starts to add 10, 20, 30 plus years down the line. What I love about this wine, what I think is really nice as a perfect example of drink now, but that can add in complexity, is that even at just 6 years old, we're already starting to gain a lot of those complex, more subtle notes. So on this wine, right off the bat, we get that balsamic note, a lot of black pepper, blackberry, a lot of fruit still present, but you almost get like a little bit of smoke, maybe even like char-grilled meat, char-grilled vegetables, something a little bit more earthy and herbal in there as well. So you get all of this complexity that normally we're waiting decades for, but here we're actually getting it in a much more accessible timeline. And so what's really fantastic is when you look for wines in very mid-tier price points, this is sub 30, you actually get so much back for these drink now wines when you drink them at the later period of this drink now window. Again, drink now is not 20 minutes. Drink now is 2 to 5 years. So if you wait that 5, 6, 7 years for a lot of these mid-tier drink now wines, you're going to be really, really happy that you waited. If you have any more questions on aged wine, how it ages, all that kind of stuff, we just saw how wine can age in the short term. We've also done some videos on how it can age in the longer term. But if you guys have any more questions, actually next week we are going to be tasting a wine from 1998 from Piedmont in Italy. Grab a bottle if you'd like to taste it at home, but also send us some questions and we're happy to answer them when we pop that bad boy open next week. We've also got a mystery whiskey coming from Sarah on Wednesday. And then last but not least, something cheap and cheerful and perfect for summer, which is right around the corner, a nice sparkling rosé from Argentina. As always, stay safe, stay home, and check out our Zoom classes if you want to get more of